Have you ever found yourself in a moment where everything feels frozen in place, where the weight of your routines, past disappointments, or lingering fears seem to chain you down? It's as if you're caught in a loop, unable to break free and move toward the future you imagine. In those moments, the idea of change might feel overwhelming, even impossible. But what if the key to unlocking your progress isn't buried in endless self-help manuals or motivational speeches? What if, instead, nature has been quietly offering us the answers all along? Today, I invite you on a journey into the natural world to learn from three extraordinary examples: migratory birds that traverse continents, sharks that navigate unpredictable depths, and caterpillars that undergo a breathtaking transformation. These creatures, each in their own unique way, teach us about growth, change, and the courage to move forward, even when the path seems uncertain. They aren't just wild animals, they're peers, guides, and reflections of the inner strength we all possess. Let's explore their wisdom together. Migratory birds, embracing the courage to change. Picture a crisp autumn morning as a flock of migratory birds takes to the sky. With an instinctual pull, they leave behind familiar landscapes to venture into unknown territories. Their journey isn't a spur-of-the-moment decision, but a deliberate, time-honored tradition, a testament to trust in the cycle of nature. For these birds, the act of migration is both a necessity and an act of faith. They know that to remain in one place, even a comfortable one, means missing out on the opportunities that lie ahead. The journey is long and often fraught with challenges: unpredictable weather, vast distances, and the constant pressure of survival. Yet, every year, without fail, they take that leap into the unknown. Their journey reminds us that feeling stuck often stems from a deep-seated fear of change. We hold on to the familiar, even when it no longer serves us, because stepping into the unknown can be daunting. But just as migratory birds trust the natural rhythm of the seasons, we too can learn to trust that change is not an enemy, but a necessary passage toward growth. Imagine the sense of freedom that comes from realizing that each new destination, each new challenge, is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to flourish. Migratory birds show us that moving forward is not about leaving behind our past entirely. It's about integrating our experiences and trusting that the journey itself will lead us to a richer, more fulfilling life. Sharks, riding the currents of change. In the vast, mysterious depths of the ocean, sharks glide through waters that are as unpredictable as life itself. Often misunderstood as symbols of relentless aggression, sharks in fact exemplify an essential truth. They are always in motion, constantly adapting to their environment. Unlike creatures that seek refuge in static habitats, sharks venture into ever-changing waters, embracing the unknown with quiet determination. Consider the ocean as a metaphor for life. Its currents, tides, and occasional storms mirror our own emotional landscapes. When the waters become too still, stagnation can set in, making growth impossible. Sharks instinctively know that survival depends on movement. They rarely stay in one place for long, always seeking the next opportunity, the next feeding ground, the next challenge that pushes them to evolve. For us, the lesson from sharks is profound. When we feel stuck, it's often because we are clinging to a comfort zone that has long outlived its purpose. Like the shark, we must be willing to leave behind the familiar, to dive into new experiences, and to adapt to the shifting currents of life. This isn't about reckless abandon. It's about a mindful, deliberate decision to keep moving forward, even when the direction isn't perfectly clear. By embracing change and staying in motion, we allow ourselves to explore new facets of who we are. The shark teaches us that it's not the still waters, but the journey through turbulent seas that shapes us into resilient, adaptable beings. Caterpillars, the quiet power of transformation. Now, turn your attention to one of nature's most subtle yet profound miracles: the caterpillar's metamorphosis into a butterfly. At first glance, a caterpillar might seem unremarkable, a small, slow-moving creature inching along a branch. Yet beneath that humble exterior lies an incredible capacity for change. The caterpillar spends much of its life eating and growing, but its most remarkable moment comes when it enters a period of stillness, a time that might be mistaken for stagnation. In a silent, almost invisible process, it wraps itself in a cocoon and surrenders to transformation. Inside that cocoon, the The caterpillar is not idle, it is undergoing a profound change, breaking down and rebuilding itself into something entirely new and breathtaking. This process teaches us that feeling stuck may not be a sign of failure or defeat, but rather a necessary stage in our own journey of transformation. Just as the caterpillar must pause to become a butterfly, we too sometimes need to slow down, reflect, and allow ourselves the space to evolve. Change, in its most fundamental form, is often quiet and gradual, even if its outcome is nothing short of miraculous. Imagine your own moments of stillness, not as wasted time, but as the fertile ground in which new growth can take root. The caterpillar's metamorphosis reminds us that every period of apparent inactivity can be the precursor to a vibrant, dynamic change. It encourages us to trust in the process, to be patient with ourselves, and to have faith that transformation, though it may require surrender, is a beautiful and natural part of life. As we reflect on the journeys of migratory birds, sharks, and caterpillars, a common theme begins to emerge. Each of these creatures teaches us that growth and change are not about sudden leaps or dramatic overhauls. They are about the steady, sometimes painstaking process of moving forward, one small step at a time. Migratory birds teach us that leaving behind the familiar can be a courageous and necessary act of renewal. Sharks show us that embracing the fluidity of life and staying in motion is essential for growth. And the humble caterpillar, in its quiet cocoon, reminds us that sometimes the most profound transformations occur in moments of stillness and introspection. These natural lessons speak directly to our human experiences. When we feel stuck, it might be because we are resisting the very change that could set us free. We might be clinging to old habits, outdated beliefs, or a sense of security that no longer serves us. Yet nature offers a gentle but powerful reminder. Moving forward is a part of life, and every stage of our journey, no matter how challenging, is essential for our evolution. Think for a moment about your own life. Have there been times when you felt immobilized, trapped in a situation that seemed unchangeable? Perhaps it was a relationship that had grown stagnant, a career path that no longer inspired you, or a personal habit that you couldn't shake off. In those moments, the path to progress might have seemed as elusive as the horizon on a stormy day. But consider this. Just as the migratory bird doesn't look back at the place it's leaving, you too can let go of what no longer serves you. The strength to move forward lies not in clinging to the past, but in embracing the unknown with an open heart. Like the shark, let yourself be carried by the currents of life, even if the direction isn't immediately clear, and trust that every experience is a stepping stone towards something greater. And during those times when you feel everything is at a standstill, remember the caterpillar's quiet transformation. It is in these moments of stillness that true change is brewing, even if it isn't immediately visible. Sometimes, you must allow yourself to pause, to reflect, and to believe that the process of transformation is unfolding just as it should. In the end, the lessons from migratory birds, sharks, and caterpillars are not about quick fixes or instant breakthroughs. They are about a deeper understanding of what it means to live a life of growth and resilience. They remind us that feeling stuck is not the end of the story. It's simply a chapter in the narrative of our lives, a moment that calls us to gather our strength, to trust in the process of change, and to step boldly into the future. So, the next time you find yourself at a crossroads or feeling trapped by the inertia of your current situation, take a moment to look to nature. Imagine the migratory birds setting off into the unknown, the sharks navigating through ever-changing waters, and the caterpillar cocooned in quiet transformation. Let their journeys inspire you to move forward, to embrace the changes that life brings, and to trust that every step, no matter how small, is a part of your unique path toward growth and fulfillment. Remember, being stuck isn't a permanent state, it's a call to action, a reminder that the power to change lies within you. As nature shows us time and again, progress is a journey, not a destination. And in that journey, you are never truly alone. The wisdom of the natural world is always there, gently guiding you to become the person you're meant to be. Embrace the movement, welcome the change, and know that with every new sunrise, there's a fresh chance to soar, to dive, and to transform. Let this message resonate as you embark on your own path of growth and change, inspired by the timeless wisdom of nature.